Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Alex Cooper, and if you haven't had one of my classes before, let me introduce myself. I teach the computer classes for the Columbia County Library in Evans, the Harlem Library, and also the Uchi Creek, now the Grovetown Library. Yay! So, our class today we're going to do is internet buying and selling. Very glad that you're joining me for this class. It's a lot of great information to learn, and definitely feel free to post any kind of comments or anything in our YouTube chat. Now, do realize you do need to be logged into YouTube to be able to subscribe, to like, and also to ask questions, okay? So if you're coming from our library Facebook page, just realize you need to be logged in, okay? So, like I said, feel free to ask any questions. And of course, the big question I always ask is, how can I help? Okay. Now, Tuesday we did Google School. Okay. We talked a lot about everything that Google has to offer, their free services, especially Google Translate there. Yesterday we covered the video create. You had a new class, video creating basics. We use the Windows Photos app that now has a big video editor in there. So it's kind of like Movie Maker. So back in the day, if you ever played around with Movie Maker, it's kind of like that with 3D effects that you can add in new title cards. And then we did the Google Suite. Now, all these videos are still available here on the YouTube channel so that you can watch those and share with friends or family. And this morning we did birding, a very fun class. We had a little bit of an issue with it, so that's actually broken up into two videos, birding 101 and then birding part 2, backyard birding. So if you want to watch just the backyard birding part, learning more about putting up a bird feeder, what kind of food should you put out, now's a great time to do that, because the interesting thing is that you can watch that kind of while you're staying safe and everything. Watch that in your backyard. Great family activity. Great thing to talk about too. Here's a list of some of the other classes we're going to have going on for the rest of the month. Next week we're going to be doing Windows 10 Introduction, Flash Drive, Internet and Browser Basics, and focus on add-ons too. And then we'll talk about Google Search and Internet Safety Basics. Okay. On Wednesday at 11 o'clock, we're going to be doing Internet Shopping and Digital Couponing, a very popular class. And on Thursday at 11, we'll be doing Introduction to Raspberry Pi Computing and Project Ideas. And I'm actually going to have a new project I'm going to be working on too. And also the last, we're going to be doing our Video Creating Basics class again, and also a morning and afternoon gadget help, which of course I'll be doing live that as well, so you can feel free to come in, ask questions, and it'll be morning and afternoon. A little bit of a side note about our libraries here in Columbia County. They are open with limited services and hours. Curbside holds pickup is available. You can go to gchrl.org for details, or call the library with questions Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, don't forget to like our Facebook pages and like our videos on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Easiest way to find our YouTube channel is to search YouTube for GCHRL videos, and our channel will pop right up. So let's go ahead and let's go back. And of course, what we're going to cover this afternoon is internet buying and selling using eBay and Facebook Marketplace. A big thing about this is, well, we're going to cover a lot of this too. And a big one thing also is that you may ask the question is, can you do Facebook Marketplace now? And basically stay safe. Absolutely you can. Maybe like talk about porch pickups and talk about that way. And also do locations, maybe drop stuff and put it in the back of the vehicle instead of just passing or doing it face to face, trying to keep that 6 feet of distance. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to get started here, and I'm actually going to post the handout in our chat so you can follow along with me. And give me one moment. I got to get a copy. And does anybody have any questions before we get started? And I do realize there's a little bit of a delay between the chat and, of course, me seeing the chat. So I often give a little bit of a pause. Let me grab that. Okay. Decide to ask me some new questions. All right, so here is our handout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull our handout open. And in class, what we would do is basically, I would print the handout. And I actually have two screens. So the one on the right is what everybody else sees. So it kind of looks like I look that direction every once in a while. So that's a good thing. All right, so there's our internet buying. Of course, I'll disappear if there appears to be something that my head is blocking the way for. So basically, we'll talk about our different parts here, and then I'll actually pull up eBay and our Facebook so that we can actually do like our hands-on part, okay? Okay, so internet buying and selling, eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to cover this afternoon. We're going to talk about what is eBay, okay, how to navigate eBay as a buyer, optimizing your experience, understanding seller ratings, how to use eBay as a seller, listing items on eBay, how payment works, maintaining a positive rating, and shipping your item. And then we'll also talk about Facebook Marketplace tips and safety as well. All right, so I'm going to disappear here. So what is eBay? Okay. Believe it or not, eBay doesn't really stand for anything. One of the company's co-founders actually wanted to call the company eBay, meaning Echo Bay, simply because it sounded cool. Upon discovering the name had already been taken, he shortened it to eBay. That's Echo Bay wine, by the way. What can you do on eBay? In simple terms, it is a website where you can buy and sell virtually any item in your possession. How it is different from other shopping sites? The mass appeal of eBay is that it is an environment where you can buy and sell with others, users just like yourself. This creates a competitive market that oftentimes allows for a much lower than retail price. Okay. Also, there's auctions available too. eBay as a buyer. So we kind of got to do chicken and egg. All right. So first we're going to learn about buying, and then we'll talk about selling. So first, let's go ahead and let's go to ebay.com. I'm loading it so I can drag it over here. So here we are at ebay.com. And let's look and see what we have. So there's actually two sides, okay, to the world of eBay: buying and then selling. In order to understand selling, we must learn about buying. I've actually had some folks come to my class and their plan was they're going to become big eBay sellers, and I go, that's awesome, that's great. And I go, well, have you ever bought anything on eBay? And then they go, no. I go, well, I would probably recommend you buy something on eBay. By the time you have bought something, either in the auction or even the buy now, you will actually have learned a lot and kind of understand a little bit more about what it's like from the perspective of a buyer. So let's talk about our certain sections here. We have ones that are categories. Electronics is what we're going to look under. So let's go to categories, electronics, computers, and tablets. So if we look at our main page, it actually gives us some recent views, things watching, recommended, shoes, kitchen appliances, mugs, t-shirts, watches, all kinds of stuff. Let's go back up to the top. I'm going to click categories, and let's go to electronics, computers, and tablets. Okay, let's look and see at our other categories here on the left side. There's also a section where it'll, click the wrong thing, hang on. It's also sections where they have, there it is. They also have limited time deals too. So sometimes those are at a lower price. Especially during like a holiday season. These items, certain items on eBay, it's like a promotion, and sometimes you might even get alerted that it's a item that I actually was in a situation where I was looking to buy something, and I actually just kind of stumbled upon it, and it was actually going to be sold for a special time price 2 days from then. And it was about $15 cheaper, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't an emergency item, so I'll go ahead and I'll wait and see. I'll wait for that item to come on sale, and then I'll get it then. So that's what I did. Now we have clicked laptops and netbooks with our category searching. So let's look and see what we have. So on the left side, we can actually get more specific if we wanted to. Here's laptops and desktops, laptops and netbooks. So I'm going to click that. And let's look and see. Apple PC laptops and netbooks is what we're looking for. And it pops up, tells us about the limited time deals, see price, limited time events. And then we kind of go down here and you'll actually see ones that'll say sponsored. We actually have a big price here. So this is a Surface. Let's see. There's like a Lenovo Chromebook. See price. That means it's a special price. Here's Dell. Lenovo, ThinkPad, and so forth. So as we kind of scroll down, it'll kind of show us special prices, the price. We see things where we can see watch and all this. So let's go ahead and let's choose. How about we'll do this one? This is kind of a small little one. Now I do think this probably is like a company. So I'm actually just going to click it. And if it's not what I want, I'll come back. So basically we've clicked on one, and this is actually a buy it now. Okay. We're going to look at the two different, the three different parts of it. So the buy it now basically means it's just like a normal store. Okay. You come on here, you look at everything, and then you basically click the buy it now, or of course the add to cart. You can add stuff to a watch list. Now the big feature, you can look a lot on eBay as much as you want, but some of the features like add watch list, and of course you have to sign up for an account before you can purchase anything or bid on anything. You sign in, then you can add stuff to a watch list, especially if there is a, the countdown clock. So let's talk about buy it now versus auction, which we're going to look at a few of those. Both names are quite self-explanatory, some people say. Buy it now, purchase the item you're viewing for the price that is listed. You click buy now. There you go. There's no wait time or bidding or anything like that. Let me zoom in just a bit here. There we go. You pay what the item is, and you'll be guaranteed to get it. Now at auction, this item is being auctioned off in a traditional style. The item has an end time, and you can bid on it up until this time has ended. So it's a big countdown clock, counting down, counting down, counting down. And then of course when it ends, whoever's the highest bidder wins the product. The item will be sold to the highest bidder, yet there's no guarantee you will win. Okay. And I've had it where I've had snipers come in bidding on something, and then literally the last minute they outbid me, and that can happen. Okay, so a lot of these actually come down to just the last few minutes. Okay, or the last minute, I should say, the last minute. So there's our auction, and then there's the buy it now. So we're optimizing our search by choosing what type we are. We're looking at laptops and notebooks. And let's go a little further with our search, and maybe we should see what kind of brand we're looking for and other information that we want to see as well. Okay. Price is one of those, condition. And let's kind of look at a Dell and see our different prices, okay? So if we go back up to our section here, we actually have where it says, what do you want? We're going to say we want to see a Dell, not a Dell. We want to see a Dell computer. That's funny. Well, if you get a really expensive laptop, you do have to be kind of rolling in the deep with money. So we don't really want to spend a lot of money. So we want to make sure that our price range is we want it to be. Now, when we do the price range, let's see, 350 to 750, it'll kind of start showing us a lot more of the buy it now than people auctioning or bidding on stuff, mostly because it may be a little bit easier for the search result to give me that, of course. So I'm actually going to get rid of that, because in a second we're going to play around with doing the, let's see, it's our price range. Okay, so just kind of learn that you can get more specific over here if you want to, if you're looking for something Oh, even talks about your price range. That's interesting. No, I mean your location range, which won't really matter. Now we can actually go up here and change to add listing. We can change it to auction. And I need to change it. Yeah, get rid of that because we want to just give us auctions right now. Okay, so here's our biggest section here, being able to control what items we're going to see. Okay, and I'm going to give you some good tips on this one here. So our default is set to best match. Right now we definitely want to see an auction, so let's go ahead and let's look at our auction one that pops up. So here's a Dell. It's used. Now depending on what you're looking for, you may say, well, I need to make sure that it's a brand new computer for what I need it for. If you get something used, do realize that you don't know how much the battery has been used. That's one of the big questions about if you do get a used item. But we actually have some real pictures here to look at. We can zoom in on our pictures. We can hover. And let's see what kind of details and information we get. Okay. So our first one, of course, is our title. The title, and remember we're going to talk about selling in just a minute. So kind of think about what kind of title you're interested in before you sell something. What would grab your, eyes? What would grab your attention? It is a touchscreen. It is a 13-inch. Wow, okay, so that might be too small for some folks. 7th generation. That's not that bad. 256 gig. This is not a bad price. Now remember, this is a auction. Okay, says it's used. The time left is 3 days. So wow, that's not going to come up anytime soon. Let's keep going here. Now eBay does know my address, okay, or at least my zip code. That's mainly what they need to know. Once you log in, it will tell you what the calculation is for the price of shipping. Okay, it estimates when it should get there. I recommend paying through PayPal, of course. This way it's not eBay doesn't allow that to basically give the buyer, or give the seller any kind of information. All you're given is eBay or PayPal the information, and then they send the money to that person too. And if we do have any questions or complaints, we can actually go try to contact the seller, and then if that doesn't work out, then we can always contact eBay in the long run. So if we scroll down here, it's going to give us some suggestions. It's going to give us some other items here. Here's a big one here. Make sure you always look at the conditions or the description the person lists. Okay. Seller assumes all responsibility for this listing. We click here. Use. This item has been used previously. The item has some signs of cosmetic wear, but is fully operational and functions as needed. This item may be a floor model or a store refurbishment that has been used. See the sales information. So this is what the seller actually wrote. This is the specs that basically the seller got when they put in the model number for this laptop. So when we're actually going to sell something, it does make it a little bit easier if we know the model number, and we can actually then go in, tell eBay this is what the model number is for this item, and it'll actually pull it up. Most of the time, it'll pull it up and say, hey, is this similar to an item that you're trying to sell? And you can say yes or no, and it makes it very quick. Okay. So this is the stuff that eBay put in there because that's kind of the model number, And then this is the information that the actual seller put in here. Read carefully with the information. It is a great working condition. Put screen protector and keyboard skin from day one, so great cosmetic condition as well. Only unused lightly, internet browsing, Word documents. I will factory reset and send it to you, so no additional purchases of Windows 10 needed. That's a big one right there. So they're not trying to keep the serial key or anything. Power cable, keyboard skin. There you go. Power cable, excuse me. So if we go back up, let's talk about our next part here. So we got specific, and now we're focusing on trying to understand our listing. Okay, here's our details of shipping. Now, of course, the other way that we could have found this listing, and I may play around with that in just a minute, in the big search bar, we could have typed in laptop, or netbook, or threw in Dell, the word Dell, anything like that. 13-inch screen, 14-inch screen, 15-inch screen if that's what we want. So throw some keywords in there, and then it'll actually get you started to find what you're looking for as well. Okay, now we're about to talk about bidding. So we look at the item. Is this the item that you want? The items specifics are listed on here. Quality, price, watchers, and more. Buy it now. Add to cart. You may ask, will an item have a buy it now and auction? Yes. And there's actually a third thing we're going to talk about in a little bit. And basically, they believe they want to be able to offer both. So basically, they have it set up so that they can actually, let's say, the most optimum amount of money they think they'll get, they hope they'll get, that'll be the buy it now. And then maybe they started the auction from like $10 for a $100 worth item or something, and their buy it now says $100. So that's what they're hoping to get. There you go. The condition of the item is, and this is your big one, and we read about that, and I actually like that the person mentioned that they had, a skin on the laptop, so that's a big plus for me. That means that they've taken care of the laptop because they cared enough to spend extra money to get that. Kind of like someone saying that, oh, the phone's in good condition because I've always had a phone case on it. Okay, well, I'm interested because that means that you've probably taken care of it and worried about it. I like buying things that people have taken care of and worried about. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start talking about our seller rating. Okay, now remember we could have added something to our watch list. Let's go and look at our seller rating. Right now they have 100% feedback. That's great. 150 comments have been posted. Let's go ahead and click on the person. And this is their seller rating section. Now, if we scroll down, we'll go here, we'll talk about that. Seller rating helps you understand how reputable the person business is that you're dealing with. Their ratings is a accumulation of, if I can talk, of how good or bad their previous clients have rated their seller's performance. What's a good rating? Maintain a high rating. 99.9 is considered pretty safe. Around 97 and below is starting to get dangerous, believe it or not. But do realize that eBay will kick out people if their ratings drop below a certain percentage, okay? So we have someone 100% positive feedback. How is the seller rating affected? Accuracy of listing. Timeliness of shipping. So if someone goes in there and starts complaining, says, I never got my item took too long, a lot of things. A little side note on there, one of the things is I've actually had it in the comments where a person even said, hey, I have this up for auction, it's about to expire, just realized I'll be out of the town for a week and I'll ship it when I get back. Now, you may actually want to set that up, and I would probably recommend that to set something like that up, like an auctioneer. It's going to end on a certain time when you're in town to be able to take care of the item. So here's their rating or selling, seller rating, rater selling. I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. So here's some of the comments that people have said or sent to them. Click here and see all feedback, but it's all 100%. So a lot of people real happy. So this person has definitely sold more than 1 or 2 items, okay? So let's go back. So very confident to buy from this person. Now let's go. Well, I don't want to talk about selling yet. Hold on. So now we talked about the seller rating. Okay. We also talked about shipping. Now let's talk about an actual auction. So right now, the prices even got up while we have sat here, didn't it? So if I go here to where it says 21 bids, we can actually see the auto bids, and the auto bid generates up to a bidder's maximum what they want to bid. Okay, big tips on this: don't make it let's say $10, $15, $20. Make it, instead of 15, why don't you make it 16? Or instead of 20, make it 21 or 22. That's what you're trying to do, because sometimes you'll be willing to pay for something, and then you actually look at it, and a lot of the folks will say, "Oh, well, my highest bid will be $15," and you won because you're willing to make an extra dollar. Okay, not letting it be like an even or normal, I guess you'd say, price of an item, or there you go. Now, a lot of folks may not fully understand how the bidding process works. Basically, this item did start off at $1. Start off at $1, and then basically someone came in and said, "Okay, well, I'll pay $5. My maximum bid will be $5." And then the other person said, "Well, my maximum bid would be $24." So this person, $24.49. So this person won, beat the $5 person. Don't just say, I want to get to the next level, the next dollar, but actually think about it being beyond there. What is your actual highest price that you would bid for this? And if you do reach your highest price that you're willing to pay for something, then there you go, right there. You can, if you're outbid, you can sleep at night thinking, "Oh, well, I didn't get that because that was out of what I wanted for my price range." The good thing about that means is you can only pay for what you paid the price for an item that you're willing to pay. And also do realize that the auto pay does not make your bid go higher. It's the other people's bids that make your bid go higher. So if there's an item, let's say that is $10, and you said, "Okay, well, I'm willing to pay $22 for that." Someone comes in and they're bidding, and right now the bid is still at $10. And someone says, "Okay, well, I'll try 11. Well, you've outbid them automatically because you told eBay you were willing to do 22. Now it's at, $12, and it keeps pushing it up until you're outbid, okay? But eBay doesn't push your number or price up. It's the other bidders that push your price up, and your auto bid just meets that. So a lot of folks may not understand exactly how the auto bidding works, but there you go. Hopefully this shows it clear how that works and how it kind of jumps to the next level, okay? All right, now if I go back to my search bar and I go up here, and I can actually change it from auction to buy it now, depending on what mood you're in or what you're looking for. But if you go over here to best match, you can actually say ending soonest, newest listing. Now, how could newly listed be really important? if you're looking for something newly listed and have it set to buy it now, you might get a good deal on something. It depends on what the person's trying to sell. Sometimes there's people that have stuff and they're just not trying to make a quick buck. They're just like, well, I don't need this anymore. I just need this to be gone. And if I make some money off of it, that's a good thing. There are, of course, items people are posting and they hope that they'll become rich with them and have the price set too high. But newly listed, buy it now, will allow you to see brand new items that have been posted. And it depends on what their price is. If the person has set it at a really good price, you'll get the item quicker, okay? Or you're more likely to see items before other people do that make a purchase. Hopefully that made sense. So this is like seeing brand new items up for sale, and it shows I have the buy it now, okay? Newly posted and auctioned may not really help much. We're going to look at the auction, look at something about to go up. We scroll back up to the top here. Let's change it to auction, and let's change it to, okay, ending soonest. Now it can set it up to price, lowest price of something, okay, especially if you're looking for something specific. That doesn't matter that much to us. Let's look at ending soonest. So auction soonest, here's a minute. Okay. Let's look and see if anybody has bid on that. I got one bid. So there's only one bid here. And their bid actually started. Oh, it started at 120. Okay. So let's hang out here a second. It's counting down. It's counting down. Would someone else try to outbid this person? It's counting down. Oh no. Oh, it has no hard drive. Probably not. So let's go to a different item. Probably not. But you'll see the countdown clock. Let's see how many bids we got on this one. Ooh, there's 6. Okay. Ooh, it did jump up. Okay, let's look and see. So 425 is what they got right this second. Countdown, countdown, countdown. Countdown, countdown, countdown. It's a 7th gen CPU, so it's not too old. There you go. So the person won. It had the highest, and it'll actually show us this. So it did sell at $425. When we first got here, I think it was a different price, and someone had just jumped in there the last minute to try to up the auction. Now, there's auctions coming up, as you see, constantly. Something for $15. It's an older computer. The big thing about this is make sure you read the descriptions. And basically just kind of have fun with that. So it's really my biggest tips here. Buy it now, newest listing, auction, ending, and try to stay in there. And there are some websites that actually will help you to find stuff that is spelled wrong. Okay. Hey Mac, how are you? Glad you're here. Let's see. Max says, I'm looking for a K-Cup coffee maker for my tea. Not certain which one is best quality, lowest price, and whether used versus It's new brand. I don't know. Probably would more look at something that is brand new. I can do a quick search on that. We'll change our search to all categories. Is it called K-Cup? And you want to let's see, and you might want new on that. So let's change our condition to new. And this is just on eBay. You might, of course, want to try the Google Shopping and all that as well. Let's see. Here's a smaller one. Looks like for 42. And they're all set for best offer. And I've got it for all listings right now. There's one that says it's 30 and it's 15% off. Okay. Or best offer. So let's look at that. Now, what is the best offer? Well, the best offer is basically a way that you communicate with the seller. Okay. So that one looks a little bit smaller. Okay. Make an offer. You basically click there. eBay will kind of tell you if they think the offers, what you're going to offer is too low, and he actually should make it higher is a big one that they'll mention. And basically you're waiting for the person to talk back to you. A 6-day one would be interesting. Looks like this is a Mueller Pro, and it is on sale. It says that recent sales price provided by the seller. Okay, so it's just saying that they recently dropped the price. Now we'll talk about that when we're selling in just a minute, that you can actually set it up to be to automatically, if it doesn't sell within the certain amount of time frame, it will kind of drop the price. So we'll look at that in just a little bit. So it looks like a good seller. You could maybe say, we're talking about something that's $30 and it's $13 to ship. Okay. So you could go in here and basically say, make an offer. Sometimes I try to have the idea that I'm not going to, lowball someone, but I'll ask them. Basically, I'm expecting them to come back and do a little bit higher, but I'm not going to give too high or too low. You could go in here and tell the person, well, what about 20? Couldn't hurt. And then if they say no, they might offer you 25 because they do have make an offer. Now, some folks don't do that, and they are basically, kind of ignore the make an offer. It happens, but you just kind of have to play that by ear, okay? All right, so let's go ahead to our next part. Hopefully that was helpful. Now let's talk about selling. Okay. Of course, you need to sign up, have a sign in, email, password. And basically, we're going to create a listing. And it's going to be kind of easy because we're going to make it an item that we already have. And if it is an item that's listed on there already, we can actually, usually it'll already have a whole bunch of information about it. Now, I think today I'm actually going to be selling a little item that I have. I think it'll pull up because it is used. Maybe I don't use it that much. It still works pretty well. I think we'll be doing my little Joby camera stand right here. Okay. Great working little item. Still works. Good little thing used. And they should have a listing of it. I don't know the exact model number, so we'll be using that to find out about it. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to talk about sell listing, and then we'll actually search, see if we can find my little Joby camera stand, okay, and see what we can come up with. So let's go up here, and where it says sell, we're going to click sell. Now I will tell you this, okay, well I need to do refresh. Interesting. Oh. Hold on a second. I guess it had a problem. Okay, there we go. So sell. There we go. Okay. It had an issue for some reason. So basically it says what you want to sell. So I'm going to say Joby. It's a little Joby camera stand. And, well, hang on. I just do Joby. What does it say? That's a little different than mine. Let's see. All right, so that's the one I have right there. Little Joby kind of blue. So it's going to pop up here. It's going to give me some information about it. It's plastic. And I'm going to go ahead and just choose the condition it's used. Okay. So one like this. So also there is a eBay app, and it will make you kind of an easy sniper to be able to find some of these items, because you'll just kind of have it with you most of the time. And if you added the things to like a wish list, you can actually come in and then you add it to your wish list. It'll pop up and you'll get that alert on your phone, and just walk around, tap it, said, okay, you interested? You know, it has less than an hour or something like that. So let's look at this. Let's see our Joby GorillaPod original tripod. It's blue, and it automatically has come up with all this other information on here. There's a stock photo. So I might drag and drop the stock photo, or we can actually add pictures from our device too. So if I actually do this, so let's see the best way to do this. I'll just hold it in front of the monitor and take a picture. Now, one thing that I have done before was I basically pull it up on my phone, eBay app, and because it's like a draft, because trying to get the pictures can be a little bit arduous, trying to do this, let's see, so I go to selling, and it already shows this in the draft. Okay, so if I tap it, it'll show my listing, and then it has the button here that says add a picture. And I'm actually going to use my camera right now. I just have it in front of the monitor here. Now watch this. It's going to be like magic. So I say upload. So just doing it just on your phone is very easy, but this is one way that you can, if you are going to set it up here on your main computer, you can actually do it this way too. So if I do refresh, scroll down, look, that's the 2 pictures I just took with my cell phone, and they're right there. So I actually want those 2 pictures. How about that? Okay, now let's scroll down and let's keep talking. So we need to make a good title. Okay, I have listed it as used already. So it definitely knows that it is used, a used item. The big thing about it is if something is wrong with your item, tell them. Let them know something is wrong with the item. If it has a mark on it, if it's not working properly, even if it's laptops, you go, this laptop's hard drive's broken. Tell them someone might want to buy that, and they probably will. The best thing about that is if you tell them something's wrong with it, and maybe even take a picture of it and post it, they're more likely to not be angry when they get the device, because they're like, yeah, I knew that had an issue. I knew that already had a problem. Now we can post 12 pictures, add our details is what we want. Is something wrong with it? Tell them. They'll still buy it. There's still people out there that will buy the item. You're selling a pair of shoes that have a big scuff on it. Selling a laptop because it's got a big scratch on it. Take a picture of it. Post it. Say, this has a scratch on it. There's people out there that if they think it's a good deal, they will buy it. Okay? Now, you need to be clear if anything else is wrong with it. If the item actually doesn't function, then you need to say for parts if it's an electronic device. Okay? Make sure you're not selling anybody something that's broken that you think doesn't know if it works or not. Now, there's some folks that sell a lot of electronics and it'll say untested. I don't really like that. You could at least turn the device on. Does the screen turn on? Just saying, I know it's used, haven't used it a lot. Screen comes on. At least that makes me more interested in buying the item to begin with. Okay. How to decide on a price. Okay. Let's go back to our section here. So what's our description? I'm going to say, what should we say? So it's saying all this kind of stuff, and below it, I'm going to say, had it for many years, works great. Now remember, we still have it listed as used, so they know it's used. So even though I've had it for many years, it works great. They do know it's used. Okay. So this is where you add, like I said, if it has flaws, just like it says, tell the buyers about the unique flaws. Let's see. I don't think I have any issues with this product, so it's just been used. Okay, still functions great. Okay, that works for me. Now let's talk about our price. Okay, and it actually lists attracting buyers with the low price. Do realize that one of the things that can happen is you may actually have an item, let's say there's not a lot of people interested in it, and that can happen. And if you're worried about that, the best advice I can give you is go ahead and start with the price that you want to get. If you start with the price you want to get, anything above that price is extra. Okay? If you start at 99 cents, it sounds great, but there could be an issue where you want to set up a reserve price. I don't like reserve prices. Reserve prices means you showed me 99 cents, but you really want me to pay $20 for it because you're going to set up a reserve price. The reserve price does have a fee, which varies based on the amount. It applies whether you sell the item or not. Okay. So I don't like reserve price. You can actually come down to trying to sell it, and it says reserve price not met, item can't be sold. Okay. So I really don't like that at all. Now we have here allow offers, enter minimum price that you consider. Okay. So put a price in there. There's your allow offers. So we have this little device, and I don't remember how much I originally bought it for. It might have been like $25. So if I sold this little thing for $10, I'd be doing pretty good. Okay. Because I know it's used. Really, some people will sell stuff that it's used, and you're like, you do realize this is used. I could go to the store and 10% more, I could buy a brand new one. Why would I buy it a little bit less? You can set it up as this is the offer, so you do that. Do need to make sure you have the app on your phone, or you check eBay regularly, because you do want to be able to answer people if they send you an offer. Okay. It is neat because you can accept or the counter offer, which is listed on there. Now, this is the big one. People will say, okay, well, I have a bunch of stuff I want to sell on eBay, but I don't want to have to be going to the store, to the post office or UPS or however you're going to ship your stuff, at crazy times, and I have to do that. Let me tell you this. You can get, let's say, 5 items you're going to sell. Set it all up so they all end at the same time. They all end on the same time. That's right. So that means the next day, if the item's sold, then you can go to the post office once. So let's say you want to turn this into kind of basically a real home-based business. So you actually set it up. You have it end, let's say Sunday afternoon or something, and that means, or Sunday night, late Sunday night. It depends on what your theories are about this. Some people actually say let your auction end in the afternoon during a weekday, because they say people are looking online because they're working somewhere and they're thinking about the money they're going to make and they want to spend it. And then some people say make it a Sunday night, because people have looked at it all week, all during the weekday, the weekend, and now they're kind of stuck at home with nothing to do, because Sunday night's always been kind of the slowest out to eat times. People are at home eating, and do it that way. Now, like I said, if you did that, you made it, let's say, Sunday, and then I set it up so it would end at a certain time. Basically, all I really need, then it'll let me know when it ends, okay? So basically, it's a full 7 days. I want it to be 7 p.m. I want it to start, and that means it'll end on the 23rd. Does that make sense? So it starts on the Sunday, and it ends on a Sunday night at the same time. That way, I can get all my items together, and then I can go to the post office or whatever on Monday, and there I'm just doing it once a week. So don't think that you're going to pull your hair out in trying to go to the thing every day and out of your way to go ship things. Okay? Don't do that to yourself. Do this. Plan this out. Say, okay, I'm going to ship stuff on Tuesday, so let your auction finish on Monday night. Okay? The quicker you can ship something, the better it'll be for everybody. Here's our auction. 7 days is kind of the normal. Now we have it said here, if your item doesn't sell, we'll relist it up to 8 times for free. Do you see this? So some of those that you see that say that they're on sale, that means that it didn't sell the first time. Okay. And it means that when it relists it automatically, which it does it automatically now, of course you can tell it not to if you don't want it to. So I'm going to start my item. I'm willing to sell it for $8. Okay. Here's our easy pricing. We're lower the starting bid 5% each time An item is auto-relisted until it sells for 4. Okay, I'm easy with that, so I'm going to do the easy. So worst case scenario, there you go right there. So here's my buy now. What is buy now? Well, I'm going to set my buy now. Let's say I really want to make 15 bucks. So I'll do a buy it now for 16. How about that? So we'll do $16. So I think 16 would be awesome. Maybe it's a one-of-a-kind item that someone really wants badly. Now, this is the part that holds a lot of people back, okay, from doing this in general. And it's the shipping. What's the easiest way to do this? Well, easiest way to do it is if you already have an item that you want to ship, okay, and you already know how much it cost last time to ship an item that's the same. So let's say you're selling video games, DVD movies, Blu-rays, stuff like that. That's something that you can, you know what it's going to weigh every single time. How do you know how much something weighs? Well, put it in a box, go to the post office or wherever it is, and just ask them to weigh it, okay? Then you'll absolutely know. Now, you can do the shipping, flat rate shipping boxes, okay? The postal service actually gives those out at the post office in the little lobby there while you're standing in line, and it'll say free, and that's kind of their eBay special, and it's most of those are up to 50 pounds, and it costs. Now, the shipping will cost more, but if you include it, you remember you're not paying it, the eBay person's paying it. But if you did work it out here in the listings, if you said free shipping, and that's a big one to put in your description, free shipping, and all you do is instead of pushing the price onto the person, you just don't let them know how much it costs to ship, because it's going to cost something to ship, okay? Now, you tell it about what you think it is. Like I said, put it in a box and take it to the post office, and you're already there already, working on your idea, and you're getting ready. Now, you could offer second hand ways of shipping stuff too, but trust me, the post office one, at least for our Evans, Georgia area, is kind of the easiest way to do, okay? Now, if they ask you where do you need to calculate the price for shipping, just tell them something like California. I've seen postal workers use 90210 as the area code, or if you go to the machine, tell it how much does it cost to ship this to 90210, meaning the classic Beverly Hills zip code that everybody kind of knows by heart. Now, once you do this, okay, that's your big part right there, what you just did. Now, we actually have it listing for free. Now, how does that work? Now, selling fees, let's talk about that, okay? There's a lot of them are free. Insertion fees, does it cost anything to post something? If you do the reserve price, it does charge a little bit for that. It depends on what the item is. And I don't want to be too vague on this. Just realize different items have different ways of doing this. Insertion fee, final value fee is actually in percentages, okay? This fee is calculated as a percentage of the total amount of the sale, okay? Total amount of sale is amount buyer pays, including shipping, handling, tax isn't included. So remember, you're trying to sell something. Most of the time it'll talk about something like 3%, musical instruments, athletic shoes. They've actually gone up in the fee a lot. Let's see, first 200 listings, free per month, 35% per listing, insertion fee, final fee, 12%, okay? So if it's a book, DVD, movie, 10% for automotive stuff, okay. Graphics, art, commercial, 2%. Musical instruments, 3.5%. So it depends on what your item is, and it will tell you at the end. Okay, that's for real estate. We don't need to look at that. Is optional listings and upgrades. I usually don't do any of those, so I'm not real big on those. So kind of think about that when you're doing your pricing as well. Now, how much will it cost? So if we do preview, this is kind of what our listing is going to look like. Well, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now, I didn't give it more of a description here. Maybe I should have. Comes up, price, buy it now. Information. Here's mine that said had it for many years, works great. There you go, right there. So there's my whole listing. I can see my other pit. Well, it's a preview. Of course, I could save it for later too. So that's really about it. Mostly it's getting it in a box, finding how much it costs to ship. Like I said, you could tell it free shipping and then not tell the buyer how much it costs. So buyer pays flat shipping. Could say free. I'll do my preview. Will that say free shipping? Let's see. My little preview may not show that. There it is. So if we put that at 0, it'll be free shipping. And as long as it's not in the as long as it's in the United States, of course. And then just include the price of what you think it's going to cost in the item. And a lot of people really like that they don't have to sit here and figure out what the shipping price is plus the little item. Okay. So that's mainly it. So that's us selling, buying on eBay. Okay. As we said, here you have to figure out what shipping options you would like to apply to the item. You also have to describe the rough size and weight of the item. Like I said, just take it there, stick it in a box, take it there, go see how much it costs to ship it to 90210, and then you've got your maximum price. We click our preview, and then you basically click where it says list it. Like I said, with the photos, it's very easy to do everything I just did using the eBay app. And to keep track of it, you click where it says My eBay, and it'll pop up and let you know what you're selling. There's some folks that I know that have actually set it up that they do the buy it now, and they just allow it to do the 10 days, and they had set it for a high price to begin with. I will tell you some other things that I've had where make sure that you're using that add to my wish list, because the seller can actually send out information. This is after it's listed. I can't show you this, but the seller can actually send out basically an offer to everybody. So if someone decides to drop the price, or you decide to drop the price $5, you can actually go in, tell it to send everybody that added it to their wish list, and then they'll get a that information. So you'll get a congratulations, it's sold. Need to ship your item within 3 business days. Is really what you want. And eBay will set up a label that you can print out, and all you really need for that is a printer and some clear packing tape. Okay, just tape that to the box or container, whatever it is, and then go print it. So you're not trying to make sure that you know what the person's address is and all that. Take your item to the post office, and there you go. Automatically withdraws the percentage. Like I said, that's a different kind of final value. They're pushing up to 200 this month, it looks like. That's great. And of course, we have our big money back guarantee. If you buy something, of course, you sell it as well too. Big thing is, did not receive the item. Basically, complained to eBay. I bought a bunch of items from eBay, and just minuscule amount, maybe 2 were bad, but everything else has been fantastic. And I would almost buy something off of eBay than buying it from a store online that I wasn't familiar with. Of course, in our Google Shopping class, we talk about researching the stores and everything. So there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about Facebook Marketplace. Any questions? All right, so Facebook Marketplace. Now, warning, I am going to be going to live internet. So we may not know 100% what items are gonna show us. It could be something kind of funny, so just kind of realize that. So first, let's talk about our live items. Our ones here. So what is Facebook Marketplace? Facebook Marketplace was introduced in 2016. I know it doesn't seem that long ago, but by May 2017, more than 18 million items were listed for sale in the US alone. Okay, using Marketplace is easy. Click the Marketplace button at the bottom of the Facebook smartphone app. If you don't see it, you may have to go to the menu, but it's there if your account is older than 30 days. Okay, seeing something you're interested in, send the selling person a still available message. Just tap send. Okay, so we see an item, we tap the item, it pops up, it shows us a description of the item. Read the description very carefully. Just like on eBay, read the description carefully. There have been a few times where, let's say during a Christmas rush, someone bought basically what they thought was an item. For some reason, they didn't read the description, and it was actually an empty box, okay, for a real hot item. So always read the description. eBay did give the people their money back. I remember that story because it was in the news, but still, it was, you got to read the description. And the person said, well, in the description, I said it was just the box, empty box, and I guess they didn't, read it. So basically, you go here, you read a little bit of the description here. A lot of it's in the title. It'll say, is this still available? You click this. This is why it's important to have Messenger installed on your phone. And of course, you can access Messenger through the normal Facebook website if you're logged into Facebook. But Messenger is a separate app on our phones, mostly because Facebook said they were slowing down the device. So that's why they made it a separate app. And that's the way you communicate with the seller. Okay. So now through Facebook Messenger, we can chat with the seller. It'll send a message. We may see a message back that says, yes, it is still available, or no, I already sold this. But you would think they would go in and remove the item. But trust me, there's sometimes you'll even say, is this available? And you never hear from them because it's someone that maybe isn't that tech savvy. Maybe they don't use it that much. A lot of, just normal ideas. And, if they'd say there is a potential buyer, meeting with them tomorrow or whatever, and then you may want to say, let me know if that doesn't work out. I personally haven't had any of those that don't work out, but still, there you go. Don't bug the person. There you go. So Facebook, a marketplace buying. The big thing is you need to watch it like a what? You got to watch it like a hawk, okay? People will post stuff on there. A big thing to look for is it says first to contact down here. That almost guarantees you the item if you're quick enough, okay? If it does say uh, where it says, is this available? You can send that, and they say yes, and you looked at it more and you go, that's not interested. You can just say, thank you, but no thank you, or something like that. Look for first to contact. Still send seller a message. If it is something you're really interested in, make sure you read the description really well. Read all details and see all photos. Okay. Now let's talk about safety, and then we'll kind of jump into doing it live here. Safety, personal details, fake profile warning signs. The profile has been created recently. Okay. Their profile picture is not a picture of a person. Or not even a photo at all. That's kind of strange. Profile had 0 friends or a very few small number of friends. Okay. And a big one is you do not have to accept a seller's friend request to buy from them, because once Facebook connects you to, you can actually talk through the Messenger app. Okay. Don't have to friend them. Meet the buyer and seller in a public place. Okay. Store parking lot, like a Kroger, a Walmart, Target, a coffee shop or restaurant if you did have to meet. And of course, most of us want to meet, outside. Like I said, you could do a porch pickup. You could even do a car drop-in where you pull up, open the trunk, and then maybe you've already exchanged money digitally. Okay. Do not meet at night. Big non-recommendation. Do not meet at night. Non-recommendation. Or I should say I don't recommend it. Non-recommendation. Okay. And the big one is bring a buddy. Okay. Have a friend, family member. Say, hey, I'm going to go pick up something. Would you just, can ride with me and just hang out in the car? Okay. Now, the one thing that becomes the issue with some of this is having it where it's furniture or a sofa or a bookshelf or something like that. Biggest thing is just allow the buddy, tell them to wait in the car, and then the person, checks out what the item is. I've had it where someone asked me to do that. I could actually see the item from the car. Someone actually put a sofa on their front porch, and I was like, that's been in the rain. No. And come to find out, the reason they were actually selling the sofa and why it was on the front porch, it was a covered porch, was because they couldn't get it through the door. The sofa was too big. Okay. So definitely no. And the friend went to the door and just said, well, this isn't exactly what I wanted. Okay. So that's an easy way to not make a purchase. See something. No, I don't know. I don't think this is going to fit. This isn't exactly what I thought it was. Or thank you. I know that you'll have success selling this to someone else. Okay. So you're going to meet. Let's say you're going to meet in a parking lot with the 2 cars. Set a time. Set a time to meet. This is a way that you can tell friends or family members that you're going to go meet someone. Like I said, do not meet at night. We've had a lady in class before where she said the guy was really nice, wanted to sell me something, but then he kept wanting to meet at 10:30, and I was like, no, I'm not going to meet you at 10:30 at night. And then I just kind of walked away. And that's really a big one, is stay vigilant. If it doesn't feel right, walk away. Before you give money, make sure you see the goods, okay, before you give cash. And like I had posted earlier, there's even some police stations that have areas where you can actually do swapping as well. Okay, so be safe, stay vigilant, be in a safe area. Tell somebody where you're going, bring a buddy. Tell people where you're going, stuff like this, common sense. And believe it or not, you may even find out it's someone that you know through somebody else already, okay? Because that does happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to jump. Let me go ahead and read the rest of this, and then we'll kind of finish up. Looking through our Facebook store a little bit, looking at some items, and kind of give us some other tips and kind of reinforce what we've learned. So big one is details, details, details. This is about selling. Give lots and lots of details. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Used designer shoes, brand new furniture, carports, details matter. Is there a scuff on the heel of the shoe? Just like on eBay, you want to give that information. Tell them if something's wrong with it. Car part only works for a certain model. Include the model number. Give possible buyers every reason to trust you, and they'll be more willing to buy from you. Okay. When we post something, so let's look at our actual items here. And I've just gone just to the main Facebook area. Like I said, warning, this is live internet, so it might be something weird comes up. Who knows? One of the ways that they do make money off of this, Facebook does, is there's a lot of advertisements on here. So do be aware of that. And it'll even talk about click here to buy something or free shipping. We're mostly using this as kind of like a local place. So, okay. So if I go here, and I can already tell you some of the things I don't like too much. Number one, some folks will post, how much is the item? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just a basic way just to kind of post something on here to get it there. I personally don't like that at all. So let's look at this item here. It pops up, says it's $1. If I click there, let's see, very clean, limited edition, without games, depends the price. Pending the price? Okay. And it's not $1, make an offer. So the dollar wasn't, hey, this is $1. This is make an offer. There actually is not currently a make an offer on eBay, on Facebook, which I wish there was, so I can stop seeing these dollar things. But I could go down here. Let's look at some more information. Here's the person here. Apparently, and it does get a little odd because you will be seeing their Facebook pages, and I won't point anybody out or anything, but you can actually click on their Facebook page, get a little more information about them, and sometimes you'll even see family photos or even other pictures of them as well. It's kind of interesting. So this is somebody, I guess they have posted these things more than once, but a good way to do this would have been either posting it all together and then basically saying, you know, here's my main price I want to get, you know, kind of like on eBay, you know, you buy now kind of price. Could click on this person, learn more information about them. Now here's a big one here. We want to know basically their general, where they live, okay? So this is where it would pop up. Let me know where they kind of are. North Augusta. And then you can actually contact them, say, is this available? And then if it was, I already know that I might be able to just meet them in North Augusta, like the North Augusta Walmart or something, or see when they would be available. And again, make a date, make a specific time, let your friends know that you're going. Now, let's keep scrolling down a little bit here. Those are top picks. Okay. Friends DVD. Here's a chair. So here's a chair. Apparently, oh, it's a floor chair. I'll tell you, that did not look like it was on the floor. It looks like a little bit of an optical illusion going on. So that's a chair for sitting on the floor. Furniture. DVDs. Monopoly, cars. So we're already getting into seeing a lot of different things. Here's a soda vending machine. Free soda vending machine for business location with unlimited restock. Oh, okay. So this is basically, I guess this is a local company that will put a vending machine near your business, but I'm sure they get the money for it. And some places do need that. They need a drink thing nearby. So if scroll down here, oh, it's a solo dispenser thing. Okay. Comic books. Let's see. And then we get into where it'll start showing like houses, computer desk, cars. Here's a commercial for Arby's. You see how we kind of have random stuff, guitars, instruments. Remember, you can send money through through Facebook, or you could Vizio them, or you could pay in cash, of course. So if we wanted to get more specific, we could click up here and type what things we're interested in, or we could go over here, click things like hobby things, get more specific if we want to. Let's do electronics. Electronics. And just kind of scroll down here and you can see, there's an old TV, monitors, TV, game system, bunch of stuff on here. There's a Chromebook. Okay, we'll look at that because we kind of looked at the Chromebook earlier. Here's a Chromebook here. Acer one, 150. I'll be honest, I'm personally not big into Chromebooks because I feel like spend that money towards a normal laptop, and you can still do Chromebook stuff if you wanted to. You click still available, send. The other thing that we can do is we can actually click. Don't really like that screenshot too much. See what else we got. Here's a Dell laptop. Joined 2009. Now if I do click on the seller information and scroll down, it will show me other listings the person has too. So they sell a lot of electronic stuff. Okay, they sell more than one laptop, so they may make this a little bit of a small business. Isn't that their items? Let's see. Oh, that's all of them. Okay. Let's see where. I guess they're not selling anything else. But anyway, you could actually view their personal. I'm trying to get it so you just see it. You can actually view their personal profile page, and whatever they're showing to the public will be listed on there. Okay. So constantly stuff coming and going here. Even while we're sitting here, things are changing. What is that? Oh, it's a router. Oh, good dog. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is someone just promoting their yard sale tomorrow. Okay. So I guess if you click there, it'll give like their address. Okay. And I wish Marketplace did have a part here that just said, hey, want to promote your yard sales. So sometimes those get annoying as well. You see a lot of brand new items that may be that they're trying to be a discount seller, or you might see on here will ship. But most of these look pretty legitimate, just people trying to sell their items. The big thing about this with a lot of these folks is that they don't want to have to worry about the shipping, but I kind of gave you all a big tip and be able to ship something instead of worrying about meeting someone. Selling it on eBay instead. Interesting looking camera. Let's see. Oh, they're selling more than one camera. Interesting. It's a little older. Let's see. Don't see the megapixels on there. You'd have to do a little bit of research. It's 12 megapixels. It's not a new camera, and that is definitely not a digital SLR. So it's got to have to research to see if that's a good deal or not on that item. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff on here. Now, if you did want to sell something on here, let's talk about that. Details, details, details. Make sure you choose the right category. So if I go back here, I go back to the top and I say selling. And it'll say, what listing do you want? It's an item. And this is where I say, what are you selling? And make sure you give lots of detail. The price I want to sell it at. And here's your big one, your category. So let's say it's a laptop. You definitely want to put it in electronics or computers. And then when someone clicks here, it'll take you there. Let's see. And this is where I can actually add photos. Now again, if you're using the Facebook app, like the eBay one, it will make it a little bit easier to add photos. Okay. That's mainly it. It's like boom, 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 boom. And then as long as you're using, you know, whatever you're logged into, because you already have a Facebook probably, you know, you can sell your item right there. Now it does have some stringent policies about what you can post and what you can't post. So these are the can't posts, but believe it or not, they actually do not have a listing like, so let's say someone bakes cakes or for birthday cakes, you can actually post those on there. So it's kind of interesting. So these are all the things you can't. And by the way, if you do see a listing that's offensive in some way, or it's actually false advertising, you can label it as that and they'll block it or take it down or at least research it. Okay. Ooh, buying and selling tickets is restricted. Interesting. Okay. So hopefully you got a great overview of all that, a little bit of understanding. Selling is very easy with Marketplace. Make sure you read all the details. Be very clear about your price. I'm not a person that likes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do realize you post a price, and even in the details you can say, you know, what, you know, offer me. And a big one is try and negotiate. If you're buying something, negotiate the price before you get there. If you do want to pay a lower price on an item, basically say, hey, will you take such and such? So that when you meet in person, you know, as long as it works the way you want it to, nothing's wrong with it, you know, then you can say, sounds good, let's do this, you know, have a good day. So if you'll only take $250 for your leather sectional, not even $1 less, make that clear. A firm price. Well, there's always a good idea to be open to offers, letting potential customers know up front that you are only willing to take fixed price. Helps keep your inbox clear of interested buyers. Okay, so if you're worried about getting a bunch of messages, be real clear. Final price. Then someone that wants to pay that, they'll go, great, yes, I want that. Adding bed offer. Many people want to haggle no matter what. Okay, they could get the best deal in the world, and they're like, well, I might want to discuss this because I just want to tell them I got $1 deal better, you know, or something. It's like, sure, $1 less, sure. Know what items Facebook allows, which we just talked about. And of course, check out buyer and seller's profile, because they're going to be checking at your profile as well. Okay, so here we are. Hope you enjoyed the class. Of course, I do have the handout, internet buying, selling. We covered a lot today, didn't we? We covered what is eBay, how navigate eBay as a buyer, optimizing your experience, searching, understanding the seller ratings. We talked about how to use eBay as a seller. Make sure you put your item in your box. Go to the post office and see how much it does cost, to ship that. So then you'll be ready to go. Put it in the box. How much is to ship this to basically California if you're living in Georgia, and then that's your maximum ship price. Maintaining a positive rating, how payments work, shipping your item, and we talked about Facebook Marketplace tips and safety. Okay, and there's also other places than eBay. Some of them I feel like are a little bit more niche. There's Etsy on there as well. So if you create an item, you may want to try it like Etsy or something like that. But there you go right there. You're on your way. Okay, so this is our last class for this week. It's Thursday. So if you miss one of our classes, maybe Friday, tomorrow will be a good idea to pull those up, the classes you missed, and watch them. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Here's our schedule for next week. So next week we're going to be doing Windows 10 and flash drive basics, introduction to Windows 10 and using Windows 10. And any of these that are basic beginner classes, if you come in and you have an extra question, about what we're talking about, I'm happy to help in any way, okay? Especially if you come to one of the live classes. On the 19th, we're going to cover Internet Browser Basics, okay, including add-ons, Google searching, and Internet Safety Basics. And on Wednesday at 11, we're going to be doing Internet Shopping and Digital Couponing at 11. And on Thursday at 11, we're going to be doing, I have to go this way, that's right, Introduction to Raspberry Pi Computer and Project Ideas. So again, if you joined us for last month, we got a whole bunch of little gadgets to mess around with. So I'm actually going to be doing a newer project, and we might actually have a different kind of class coming out next month where I'll be doing different little projects with Alex. Okay. So our first thing we're also going to be covering is video creating basics on the 26th. So that second, I'll be doing that class, new class again for the second time. And on the 27th morning and afternoon, I will be live. Everybody need to put up here where it says live, so everybody knows that those are live classes, okay? I'm here, I'm sitting here, and I'm answering any questions you have. And we'll be doing gadget help. It'll be like a drop-in, and I'll be covering a lot of topics on that. Just come on in and ask, and I'm happy to help in any way. Do you realize that our libraries are open with limited services and hours? Our Columbia County libraries are, curbside holds pickup is available. You can go to gchrl.org for more details. And you can call the library Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and to subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates. And also like this video, and also like our other videos, as the other librarians videos as well, like Storytime and Makerspace. And you're on YouTube channel right now. But if you're searching for our YouTube channel, just go to just search YouTube for GCHRL videos, and we'll pop right up. Okay. Well, that's it. In case there's any other questions or anything, I'll say thank you for coming. And have a great weekend. I'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.